welcome in to something a little bit different. It's the Chinese New Year, the year of the snake, and I wanted to do something that I haven't done before, and I'm hoping other people will jump on board. So, as you know from the title, this is a tag video and there will be a playlist. So please, whoever is going to join in on this, please ask them to add the hashtag down below, and then I will add it to the playlist. Hopefully this should be a little bit of fun, and for once I get to see all the tag videos there and then, rather than, oh, I don't want to see that because I want to do my own reaction kind of thing. So fingers crossed. I am going to be tagging Christine is Crocheting, Think Crochet, and Lethalia's Little Hook with Mel. Their channels will be linked just above the questions, which are also linked down below. And if you're not a creator, enter your answers in the comments, because why not? So here goes. 12 questions. Number 1. If you were maybe stranded for hours in your car in the middle of the world's biggest traffic jam, it's huge, and you had your just in case yarn and a set of needles or your hook, you've got no pattern, you've got no scissors, you've got no needles, what would you start to make, or what would you be making? For me, easy, straight away, a hat. There's one particular hat pattern that I know off by heart. Like, I can just whip it out nice and quick. So I would do that. And if it was still in the traffic jam by the time I finished, I'd be swearing a lot and then make another one, because I don't need a pattern for it. And it's probably the only thing I don't need a pattern for, I think. Next, what would you do if you didn't have your just in case bag of yarn and bits? What would you do instead? And I'm gonna, instead of restricting this to the car and the traffic jam, I'm gonna say this is, you are out and about, but you know, something's happened. You might be waiting a longer time than expected for an appointment, or you're waiting for somebody, or you're on a really long train journey, or whatever. What would you do if you'd forgotten your just in case bag? For me, I don't take mine everywhere, but I would judge all you like, I don't care. I would whip my phone out and play Pokemon Go. That'd be me. So productive. I would be, yeah, I'd be playing Pokemon Go. And if not, I would do my darndest to either try and call my husband, depending on the time, and have a video call, or if I literally had no battery left in the phone, I'd have a book or find something to read, even if it was how to tell if your prostate is enlarged. Yes, I'd even read a leaflet about that, because, you know, info, why not? Did you teach anyone else how to knit or crochet? I have tried 2 different people. I can't say I have taught them, but I have tried to teach them. Neither of them are doing crochet anymore, but maybe Hunter will get in on the action when he's over here, if we can ever get him over here. Number 4, what was the most rewarding part for you? What is the most rewarding part of knitting or crochet? For me, the most rewarding thing is when I'm doing the things for the homeless, and I get to take the bag of the ladies' homeless bits and pieces and get to give it out. And then that's a huge reward in itself. And then later on, if I see somebody in one of the items that I've made, the feeling inside is just, it's so heartwarming. So that's the most rewarding thing for me. What would you make if you had unlimited yarn? One item, unlimited yarn. What would you make? There is a blanket. I think it was designed by a Stylecraft designer. And it was in the Crochet Now magazine, I believe, when I was doing the reviews. I can't remember what it's called, but I will link it down below. I've got the pattern. I just haven't got the yarn, because boy does it need yarn. It's like Sophie's Universe. It's so full of textures and patterns and diversity, and it is just, I want to get my mitts on it. I really, really, really want to make it. But first I'm going to make Sophie's Dream. Next question. What was the most difficult part of knitting or crochet? The most difficult for me, I think is, and this will come up later as well, the fact that there's such a difference between US terminology and UK terminology. Once again, there's a big clash between the languages, and getting my head around, hang on, is this US or UK? That was the biggest challenge for me. What was the first thing you ever knitted or crocheted? The very first thing that I crocheted was a circular coaster with a white and blue yarn, and I have mentioned that in a previous tag video, but it was only about that big, but I was so proud of it, just going round and round and round and round and round. First thing I ever knitted was a very small scarf. A very small scarf, but I was very proud of myself, very proud, and I was young, so yeah. What is the strangest place you have ever knitted or crocheted? If she's watching, then maybe it will be the same for her. Maybe when Ninja came to stay year before last, we went and did some crochet in the cemetery, because why not? Why not? You can crochet and knit everywhere. 9 is, what is your favorite thing to make? For me, everybody knows I'm a shawl person. I love making shawls. Shawls are my go-to. They're my favorite thing more than anything. Shawls. What is my favorite yarn? My favorite yarn is Lion Brand Shawl in a Ball, Shawl in a Cake, whichever. Next to that, almost anything by Yarn Bee. And my third one is Ice Picasso. So they're my top 3. Number 11, your favorite place to buy yarn or wool. My favorite place is the cheapest at the time. I don't have a specific, whether that be online or not, though for me it has to be online because there's nothing around here. There's nowhere specific, but I literally go bargain hunting. If I need something, I will go and hunt it down through Google and say, this is what I want, and I will literally go through everything and try and find the cheapest possible. Last question, number 12. Is there anything about crochet or knitting that completely stumps you? Even to this day, yes, it's the UK and the US terminology. several times, not all the time, but several times I've been doing a pattern and then I've realised I'm doing it in the wrong terminology. And I'm like, well, no wonder it doesn't look right. It drives me insane. It really does. I would say that I've learnt now, and for the majority of the time, I will look at a pattern and try and decipher whether it is UK or US terminology. If it doesn't state it, it makes me very mad. But that's what stumps me almost every single flipping time. Okay, so there you go. 12 questions. 3 people have been tagged. Down below, don't forget the hashtag in your title, and then I can add you to the playlist. And let's see how far this goes. Who is gonna do the tag? Happy New Year!